Another red day, for AMC stock today. I was prepared for it. I wasn't expecting it, but I was prepared for it, and I talked about it in my previous video that I posted this morning prior to the market opening. So people are, asking themselves, me included, so when will the hedge funds cover their position? Meaning, when will the short squeeze happen? So we're gonna get into it in a minute. I want to make this a quick video just to update you guys on what I found. So first of all, we can see that this is the 5-day chart, guys. We can see that on the 5-day chart, the price, even though it climbed, it's still going down. It's still going down. So we are on the downtrend path. Personally, I think this is a result of not the retailers selling, not people selling, but the hedge funds, institutional in this trade, trying to continue to short sell, short the stock, with the short ladder attack and everything, manipulating the price. Because when you look at the data, people are not selling. I mean, are you selling? I didn't sell. I keep holding my shares. People are either buying, or because there are more people buying and holding that the actual shorted sales. So let me pull an article from Investopedia on how long does a short seller have before covering. So as you can see, there are no standardized regulation around relating to just how long a short sale can be forced to be close out or close out a position. As you can read, the investor is required to return these shares to the lender at some point in the future, but there is no standardized period of time to actually cover those positions. As we can scroll down back, we'll see that basically it doesn't say anything about when you can actually cover your positions. But in practice, requests to return the shares are rare, meaning that the lender of the share is not a brokerage. It's a brokerage firm that is making money out of the interest that the short seller are paying while they are still into the short positions. Meaning it's actually a benefit for the brokerage, because they are kind of servicing those firms who are shorting the stocks or who are in a short sale position. Because think about it for a minute. If a company has a trillion or billions and they have to pay I don't know, 10 million per day, even 10 million per day, I mean, for you and me, this is a huge ton of money, but for those people, it's not that much. However, there are some cases in which the lender will be forced to close the position, and this is actually when the position is moving in the opposite direction of the short, and creating heavy losses. So that's what we saw with GameStop. The share price was kept climbing day after day after day. It went from 40, then 60, then 80, then the 200, and then hit 500 at a point, until now where it got back. So in those situations, it's really brutal for the short seller, because the price of the share keeps going up. So it's not really interesting for them to keep paying interest on those scenarios, because they are losing money by the day. They are losing a ton of money by the day. So it doesn't make sense for them to keep paying interest, which is not really the case here with AMC. I mean, because the price keeps going down. But if we look at now the short interest or the short volume ratios, this is actual data from Fintel, and you can see here it's being dated February 3rd. So you can still see a short volume of 61 million, with a market volume of 220 million. So basically, the short interest or percentage is still high. So basically anything higher than 25% is pretty high when it comes to high shorted stocks. So yeah, now this is interesting. We have a 4.08% on the short fee rate that those firms have to pay to the broker. So basically, it's not even 10%, so this is something I didn't know. It's not even 10%. It's not even 25% or 30% like you will be on a credit card. So it's pretty low to me, especially for, those hedge funds that are being backed up with, billions and billions of dollars. So 4% is still pretty low to me. And I think this is something that will explain the fact that we haven't seen a short squeeze for now, but the fact that we are still in a short squeeze, it still gives us kind of a expectation that at some point, they will be forced to, close the positions when paying the interest will not make sense to them anymore. But for that, the price have to keep going up. Now, this is another interesting article from shortsqueeze.com. So we don't know exactly when the people short selling the stock on AMC will be obliged or forced to cover, but on February 9, we'll have the official data release on the short interest on AMC. So for now, we don't know exactly, even though we know the short interest percentage, but on February 9, we'll have the exact number, around what is actually going on with the AMC short sale trade. So February 9 is 5 days from now. So this is the date where people have been throwing out on social media a lot, on stock tweets a lot, on even here around the whole internet. And I think this is because this is the day where we have actually the real data, or the most recent updated data around the short percentage or the short volume. So until then, I think anything is just speculation, because no one really knows. So it can happen. I mean, I still think the short squeeze can happen, given the fact that we have a pretty strong correlation with what happened in 2008 with Volkswagen. So given the fact that before the real spike went to the $1,000 from $100 happened, it really pretty deep to the same level prior to the short squeeze starting to begin with. So I think that is something we have to take into consideration. Now, does it mean that it will necessarily happen the same way it did back in 2008 with Volkswagen? This is not, I'm sorry, I don't know, I don't know. And I don't think anyone can know for sure, it's speculation at this point. So until then, I think we just have to keep doing what we need to do if we still believe that this is something that can potentially turn into our favor. So if you are in a position of, keep buying, because this is at a discount for now, given the recent trading days where we saw 18, 12, 15, and 20, keep buying. Now, if you are in a position where you cannot buy anymore, just hold. I'm holding my shares, I'm not selling, just hold. Now, if you are in a position where it's tough for you, man, just do what you think will be best for you. So I think we just have to be patient, just be patient. The stock market, sometimes you make money quick, sometimes you don't. But, trust me, I've been there multiple times before, especially last year. Sometimes patience is really, the thing that will carry you through the low or the down days. So, guys, let me know in the comment section what you're doing now, and what do you think this will go moving forward, especially when we hit that February 9 date. All right, guys, thank you. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.